furious Tories turn on Sunak over D-Day snub. So Rishi Sunak went home early from the D-Day celebrations in France, leaving other world leaders to have their photos taken together. Those photos will last forever, of course, Rishi, and you won't be in them. You can't get added on. Well, I suppose you can get added on later, can't you, nowadays? But anyway, so he's provoked fury among Conservative grassroots after he was forced to apologise for skipping the crucial part of the D-Day celebrations. Tory officials said internal party WhatsApp groups were full of horrified responses. I bet they were. I bet it was like an episode of The Thick of It. They were all texting each other saying, how could he? Somebody has said it's extraordinary, another has said gobsmacking, another one saying no one is even trying to defend this. And it's not clear really why he did it, because what he came back for was a pre-recorded interview that isn't even going out.
With ITV. He stayed for the British part but left before the international part. It's the kind of equivalent of a football fan getting out early to beat traffic. Why did he do it, Damon? Do we know?
Well, it's like... It just seems to be just another adage to the pursuit of, less than 0 seats, whatever they can do. It's like having Cobra meetings to try and work out how to bring their numbers down all the time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's also symptomatic of, I think, of Rishi Sunak's an out-of-touch brand. It's like he spends so much time in glass offices. He kind of lost a sense of what means anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's like leaving...
Like Starmer, whatever you say now, by the way. You just locked in Starmer in my head.
Well, I'll try and keep it in my own voice, but...
That's horribly good.
It's like leaving your dad's funeral to go make a TikTok video.
You've probably got at least 5 years of work there as well with that. That's very true. But you're right. I mean, to the left, this is it's an easy one. It's a softball because he's out of touch. They always say you're completely out of touch, rich. And on the right, they say unpatriotic, doesn't value our history and culture, which Farage has basically already said. So it's a slam dunk for both sides. And you wonder what was going through his mind. He is a sort of managerial type. Doesn't seem natural at these kind of gesture politics. Farage is the king of this kind of thing, and Sunak is terrible at it. Starmer just tends to do enough. He just shows up, does the basics to look patriotic. But the amazing thing to me as well is that Cameron was all over it. So Cameron is already known as a kind of PM abroad, because he's seen as the international PM. We did a story on this a few weeks ago. And now he's there in all the photos, and Sunak's not there, to the point where some people are saying, does he want Cameron to be the next leader or something? Is this done on purpose? Or has he just let Cameron dominate the event?
Well, I think it's like, I don't imagine he does think in that kind of level of... And also, You have to remember, he's been there for hours. He keeps saying, but I did all the other bits. So maybe he feels like, I have been there a lot of time. I've done a lot of bits and pieces. Like, yeah, but you missed the important bit, Rishi.
Well, it's kind of like the way AI thinks. It doesn't think, I suppose. It just kind of aggregates information and then makes a decision based on, what people have put into it. And it seems like he's in a room, advisors have said, you need to go and do this interview. And he's like, all right, I'm just going to leave this 80-year anniversary D-Day celebration to go do an interview with ITV that nobody's ever going to watch. I mean, it's borderline psychotic behaviour. Yeah,
you're right. It's a cold utilitarian calculation where he just said, I've got a busy campaign. And I do sympathise with that part. I don't think he's a bad guy or anything. He just totally missed the significance of this, especially with the veterans being old and everyone's saying this will be their last one and so forth. He's completely missed the significance of it. People like Ed Davey are jumping on it saying, he doesn't care and stuff. That's a bit opportunistic for me, but it is bad. It looks bad. Both is bad morally and it looks bad.
Yeah, the Conservative Party train has gone beyond derailment now. It's kind of heading towards the Mariana Trench and then the core of the planet and eventually be evaporated by the magma core.